I saw
Do it.
Cruella as well.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, man.
It's actually better than I thought it would be. I'm surprised.
That's what I've heard. Was it just like Joker though? Joker 2.0?
Yeah, they it is kind of because they actually used the song "Smile" in the movie too. I'm like, really? This was in Joker. Like smile because what
Yeah.
is it? How
The
yeah, you know
smile
that's
because your heart was aching.
exactly.
Smile.
And I'm
Yeah,
like, they really put that
that's
in.
Charlie Chaplin song. Did you know
Yeah,
Charlie Chaplin wrote that song?
I think I knew that, but not when I was like you just reminded me. Yeah,
Yeah, Charlie Chaplin, man. He was a
he is a
songwriter too.
man. Yeah, I mean, you've probably heard. Have you heard anything about it about why she doesn't like Dalmatians and stuff? Like it's pretty
No,
much
no, I
evident.
haven't.
Okay,
I
and I'll
did
let you discover
get,
that yourself.
yeah, I did get a little nugget of information. I
Mhm.
watched this one review, and then once they started talking, that's when I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to watch this all myself. I don't want to hear
Yeah,
anybody talk about it
it is one of
because they
those
were
movies.
talking about her hair. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
that is so fucking stupid. I have to watch this now.
Yes, there is like I that this is one of those movies where I think you'll agree with me where it's like it didn't have to be attached to Cruella. This
Hmm.
was a stylistic standalone movie that I was like, this is really good. And the story elements, I didn't understand because I've never seen 101 Dalmatians, so I have to see the sequels now. I consider them all sequels to Cruella. So I started with the origin story. So let's see where they go into 101 Dalmatians and stuff. I guess she eventually wants to kill them or make them into coats.
Yeah.
So we'll see if
Not just dogs, too, puppies.
damn,
Newborn puppies. Yeah, no,
yeah,
Corella's a fucking cruel bitch.
because the director of that movie is insane. Like it's the guy from isn't it the guy who did I, Tonya?
Yeah.
That's it's a
That's
really
the
good
only
directed
reason
movie. The production
that's the
design's
only reason
beautiful.
why yeah, that's the only thing that would pop up for me was Emma Stone, that director, and the costume design. But
Hmm.
oh
He has
damn,
some iconic
I
movies.
am gonna see it soon. I don't know if I'm gonna see it in the theater. I'm sure I can try to find it legally somewhere. But
Beep, beep.
next thing you know, this entire thing shuts off.
Just Mitch. I'm sorry, but this has been taken in as evidence.
Yeah. It comes back and I have a black eye, and I'm like, I was just kidding.
Here's my 15 bucks.
I'm all
Yeah.
tied up.
All right. Well, yeah, it's good to see you again,
Yeah, good
Justin.
to
I'm
see you
glad
too.
you're back on hit. We're back with History
Hmm.
of Popcorn for another week.
Oh yeah.
Let me double check what episode this is. I think we're on 19. Yeah,
Oh my
episode
god, dude.
19. We're almost on 20.
Shit. So next episode, since it's 20, we have to do another decom.
Yeah, we can try to tease one at the end if you can pick one. I haven't scheduled that in, but yeah.
I'll think of something.
All right,
I'll
cool.
think of something. You know me.
Welcome to History of Popcorn, guys. I am Elijah,
I'm Gia Stone.
and we are your hosts of History of Popcorn, your
Yes.
secret public movie club.
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you some movie news, and I'm gonna ask Justin which one sticks out to him by the end. I've got quite a few, and I hope it's on the list of interest for you because you said you had a few in mind that you see. But
Yeah, I just saw a few as I was waiting for you to call. Oh, by the way, I got a new phone.
I saw that you're back on the social media a little bit more. I saw that.
Back on Twitter. Doing my
Nice.
movie reviews on Instagram too.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
I'm glad that that's happening again.
yeah, I got a few messages from people being like, why did you stop this? And I was like, because I
Yeah.
had a phone from 2013 that did not want to screenshot, didn't want to do anything. The only thing I wanted to do was take calls and texts. That's it.
Mhm.
Almost a whole year without it. Nothing. On
Nope.
Snapchat too, I was expecting like, oh man, I'm gonna get all these snaps. Nothing. Not loved at all. It's okay though, Elijah. It's fine. I don't care. I don't need it. I don't need the approval.
Yeah, I
I'm
remember we were
fine.
talking and we were talking about the hockey game, which we don't have to talk about because I had lost, but it's okay in Las Vegas advance. But anyway, I messaged you and I was just
Yeah.
like, I sent you an emoji, the game we won, and you're like, great, now you're gonna rub in my face that I still don't have emojis, and thank you. I was like, oh yeah. But you're like, once pretty soon, pretty soon. So finally, let's all welcome Justin to the upgrade.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is an we got we talked about David O. Russell last week, and we just got announced the new cast for his film. I sent you the cast list, but I just want to repeat it on air because I mean, a lot of people don't like David O. Russell, and I'm seeing people write about him after this was announced. They're like, "Why is he still working?" sort of thing. But it's like people are still working with him. Like it's their decision. Like they have to make it, and I'm one of those people.
You can't fault that he's a good director. I mean, like I said, I've said it plenty of times on this podcast that he's he seems like he's an awful human being, but he's a good director.
He made Jeff Boehner
movies.
quit for 10 years.
yeah, exactly. That's our theory. That's our theory.
Yeah. He took a break. He was like, I need to settle down and make my
for
own
10
stuff.
yees. That if that doesn't smell like an O. Russell move, then I don't know what is.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna that's build relationships with the actors. He did the exact opposite of what David O. Russell did. Anyway, we're getting a big ensemble for this next one. We don't know exactly what this film is going to be about, but it's apparently going to be a period film. I believe in the 1920s, maybe. The latest casting that got everyone like talking was the latest one was Taylor Swift joined his movie. I hope it's not a lead role, but it's okay because we have a lot of other people that are going to be involved. So it's not just her. She was just the most recent, most star-studded, like, she's going to be in a movie again. But this is the cast so far. We got Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Rami Malek, Zoe Saldana, Anya Taylor-Joy, Chris Rock, Mike Myers, Robert De Niro, Michael Shannon, Timothy Olyphant, Andrea Riseborough, and then Alessandro Novillo, and then Taylor Swift. I don't know what this movie is going to be, but I like the ensemble of the first half.
Yeah, no, it sounds like so. I mean, like really quick. I mean, like, so, 'cause I know people are upset about David O. Russell.
DOR.
DOR. I think that something that people need to realize is that like it's clear that he like because when he did like movies like The Fighter and Silver Linings Playbook, he really thought that his career was like going nowhere because of the shit that he did before.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at a movie like Silver Linings Playbook, especially, it kind of reflects who he is as a person, because like especially the Bradley Cooper character of how he has these like random freakouts and he's just like a very abrasive person that speaks exactly what's on his mind.
Yeah.
So I mean, like he is a d-bag, that's for damn sure. He is clearly a
David bag.
Yeah, a David bag. Yeah, he clearly has issues, but that does not. I mean, like, if we're going to compare him to somebody like Woody Allen or something, where it's like clear that he should have stopped working decades ago,
mm-hmm.
I think it's a little bit different. I mean, like, I don't know, like, we don't know like everything that's been said or done, but I mean, like, look at somebody like fucking like Stanley Kubrick, and like, there's so many directors out there.
There's people still, there's people still talking about Stanley being traumatized from Stanley Kubrick's directing.
Oh yeah. But yet people, I mean, like, people talk about it when it's like brought up, but people love to still say that Stanley Kubrick and like Clockwork Orange are their favorite movies or favorite directors, So, I mean, like, that's just kind of what you have to think about here with that. Because I get it. I mean, like, there are some movies that David O. Russell has done, or like most of his movies, there's always a scene in his movies where you can tell, like, oh, everyone was so close to killing him.
Yeah, they really pushed it with this.
Yeah, they really pushed it, especially with like Silver Linings Playbook and The Fighter. But other than that, I think the reason why people want to work with him is because he is a genuinely good director, and you get to really like stretch your wings as an actor.
Yeah. I feel like he pushes people, and some people can't handle it.
Yeah, some people can't handle it. I mean, like,
Christian Bale comes back every time because he's like, "What are you gonna do to me now?"
Yeah, exactly.
This sort of thing.
Christian Bale he won't let anybody.
He's a punching bag.
Down. Yeah.
Like, in the way of like he won't fall down.
Yeah, no, he's a punching bag like Superman's a punching bag, like where you can keep trying to throw punches, but he's just gonna be like,
yeah.
So wait, so Christian Bale is gonna be in this too?
He's the top
Bradley
candidate,
Cooper.
I believe.
Bradley Cooper coming back?
No, not that.
No, Jennifer Lawrence.
No, Jennifer Lawrence. I think Anya Taylor-Joy is that replacement, the younger.
Hey, I'll take it because I know something. Jennifer Lawrence has not been doing good. I haven't seen her do anything good since American Hustle.
I've only liked her in those two movies. Yeah, what was the other one?
American Hustle and Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah, those are the only
He was
two I
also
liked.
in Joy, which Joy was
His last movie, yeah.
Yeah, Joy was not a joy.
Yeah, I'm just excited about ensemble casts. So that's a good segue into our next one. We got another ensemble cast movie. This one is from Damien Chazelle. Is that how you say his last name?
Oh,
La La
yeah,
Land
yeah, yeah,
director.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Love the guy. Love the
His
guy.
next project is rounding out a very fine cast. His film is called Babylon, and it's supposed to be a 1920s set Hollywood film set in Hollywood. It's expected to come out January 6th, 2023. So they're going to be shooting it probably end of this year, early next year. But it's written and directed by Damien Chazelle. I believe that's how you say his name.
Chazelle.
Damien
Yeah.
Chazelle. It's got a very, very good cast. For those who don't know, he did La La Land. He did, what was his first one? Was that it?
Whiplash.
Whiplash. There we
Also,
go.
he did First Man, which
He also wrote
everyone
10
already forgot
Cloverfield
about.
Lane. Yeah, I wanted to
Yeah.
see that. I never
He
saw
was
it.
he was originally supposed to direct 10 Cloverfield Lane, and then he got money for La La Land. He was like, bye.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
everyone started to see. Oh, he did Grand Piano. Is that with? It is with Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood.
Yeah, no, he
wrote the script for Last Exorcism Part 2. I remember seeing that in
Dude.
theaters.
Dude, he was a punch-up writer for so many movies. He was also a punch-up writer for that Joe Pesci, Danny Glover buddy fish comedy, Gone Fishing.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Damien Chazelle. I was watching this like podcast or like some kind of interview back when La La Land was a thing.
Mhm.
And one of the questions was like, how was it that he was this punch-up writer for Hollywood for like over a decade.
One of those writers who doesn't get credited because he doesn't do enough of the work, right?
Well, he was still like a kid too. He was like
Right.
he was like 18 or 19 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I think that he just turned 30. I don't even think that he's 30 yet.
Yeah, but, he was pretty young. He's the youngest Oscar winner, isn't he?
Yeah. But he was like he was a punch-up writer for a lot of movies that you would be completely shocked about. And I made sure Gone Fishing stayed in my head because I thought that was so funny that he did some, and he wouldn't even like the guy was like, what's the worst movie that you had to punch up on? And he was like, I don't think I should say that, but then he started talking about Gone Fishing with Joe Pesci and Danny Glover. And I was like, it's obvious that that's what it is. He just doesn't want to say.
Yeah, imagine being like, can you punch up a script that has Joe Pesci and like Dan Glover? He's like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, where are the gun? Where's the mob? Where's the fucks? Where's Joe Pesci punching a guy? Where's this?
Maybe throw in some what do I look like, a clown to you for Joe Pesci? But mostly they're just fishing. They're just gone fishing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he got, once he started going, he just kept going, and this is a highly anticipated follow-up, I feel like.
Well, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, he's like, I think that First Man was such a weak follow-up to La La Land.
That was, I feel like,
one of those. See him more.
That was a payment job. I feel like he didn't write the script or anything. He was just the director. So, and I still want to see it. And it was a reunion with Ryan Gosling, and it looked like it was one of those movies that you had to see in theaters, which kind of deterred me from seeing it at home because it was like a big IMAX experience. But I'll watch it eventually because he's very good. But this new movie is called Babylon, and it's rounding out its whole cast. We got Max Minghella, who is in the new Spiral movie, and he's in what is that TV show, Handmaid's Tale, on Amazon? If people watch that.
He was also on Art House Confidential. The Social Network.
Oh yeah, he's in the Social Network as well.
Yeah, he was in a lot of things. That guy's in a lot of shit.
You'll recognize his face. I'm glad that it seems like he might be the lead role in this movie. But we also have Samara Weaving from Ready or Not, and I think she's coming out in the new Snake Eyes movie, the G.I. Joe movie. Rory Scovel, who's a comedian. Did you see his stand-up? He's a stand-up special that says Rory Scovel tries stand-up for the first time, and his stand-up special on Netflix is literally just him. He's like, I got to produce this, and it's my first time doing stand-up. Here we go. It's pretty
interesting. I know a few guys that opened for him. Nice, I'm very jealous. One day,
funny, actually, I like him in TV. He's always that like over provocative, like soft guy, but you're like, holy shit, who is this guy? He's pretty funny.
Yeah, no, he's pretty awesome.
We got Lucas Haas, if you recognize that name. Oh, he's the kingpin in Brick.
Oh, okay.
We got
Yes. I
Eric
love that guy.
Roberts.
Love that
Eric
guy.
Roberts is a very good character actor. He's older, but these were the original cast earlier. We got Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, Hovan Adepo, and Catherine Waterston.
Oh yeah, no, Catherine Waterstone. She's great. You know her if you saw a picture of her. She was in
I
like Inherent Vice and
Oh yeah.
and
That's a good
she's in
one. Inherent
Marvel.
Vice.
Oh yeah. She
So
plays
yeah, this sounds like
Katana's
it's gonna be a Disney release or a Christmas release. I said Disney release. I meant
I was
Christmas
gonna
release.
say
Christmas release.
wow.
That's funny.
That would have taken
You're
a
like that.
left
That just
turn.
took everything off. Oh wait. Tobey Maguire is producing it. He's only producing it. He's not in it. He's just producing it. That's interesting.
Yeah, no, he's a little producer. Did you not know that?
I did not. I should
Dude,
see
he's
what else he's
produced some
doing.
terrible movies.
Interesting. Oh, but this is the interesting thing. Also, Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers is going to be one of the main roles.
Nice. I love how he just appears in movies.
Yeah, he's in Back to the Future. He's in Baby Driver. Like it's weird. It's very interesting.
I love that he doesn't like he's not like I want to be an actor. I want to have like big roles. It's just flat out just him just being like, just give me something. Just
Yeah,
give me
who's
one
his
little.
agent? Like they're just like, I don't know. Here's something. And it's
Yeah.
always the right one.
It's all yeah, he's
It's
always perfect.
recognizable. It's
He's
like, oh,
always perfect
nice.
for his little bit role.
Because he's that guy who puts the head on. He's like, this is Mike Myers. No, Michael Myers. And he's wearing a Mike
Yeah.
Myers head. That's a good
Dude,
scene.
interesting. Okay, I was just talking shit about Tobey Maguire's producing, but I guess he produced Nobody.
What?
Yeah, he executive produced Nobody.
How?
That's
Okay.
so interesting.
Tobey
He also did
Maguire.
he also did Brittany Runs a Marathon, which is a pretty good movie too.
Oh, I've
So
heard
never
of
mind.
that.
But he's also
He's
done.
producing the new Die Hard, McLean.
Yes, he is.
That's insane.
But he also produced Rock of Ages. So, you know.
What interesting.
But he also did 25th Hour.
choices.
Wow. Yeah. He's an interesting guy. Tobey Maguire's an interesting guy. I don't know if I trust him.
So yeah, this is gonna be period piece in Hollywood, which sounds really cool.
Yeah, I love
and
Damien
beautiful.
Chazelle, man.
It sounds like it's gonna be full drama. I don't know if it's gonna be musical or anything, but look
That's
forward to
okay because,
that.
like, I mean, like La La Land, it's a good
Yeah, you
movie,
don't have-
but it's not
yeah,
a great musical.
Yeah, I wouldn't try to like stay in that realm. Like if you
Yeah.
doesn't have to. I hope the studios aren't like make another musical. I hope they're
Yeah.
not like that.
Dude, but Whiplash is one of my favorite movies. That movie,
Yeah.
I've been telling a lot
It's a
of people to
master
watch.
class.
Yeah, I've been telling a lot of people to watch Whiplash and then watch Sound of Metal. It's a great double feature. Super good. Super good. Riz Ahmed is fantastic.
Yeah, it's on my list. I will have to watch it. A few more stories.
Let's do it.
Phil Lord, Chris Miller. Peek the ears up. They have another project. I believe they are producing it. They aren't directing it. They might have a hand in writing it, but they have a writer attached. This is an live action adult action comedy called Strays. Have you heard of it?
No.
Strays. It's includes the director Josh Greenbaum, who did Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar.
I'm in.
And who is there's a writer named Dan Peralt who did American Vandal, the creator of American Vandal.
I am in.
And the movie goes as Strays follows an abandoned dog seeking revenge on his owner who left him and teams up with other strays to enact his plan. And it's
a live action.
Live action, it seems like, but so they're gonna go with the route. I mean, I trust them. I trust
them too. Oh yeah, no, I trust that director. I trust all of them.
Like on this article, I'm on Collider. They are comparing it to like Cats and Dogs.
That's what I was just gonna say.
So it's like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I remember seeing Cats and Dogs, and I liked Beverly Hills Chihuahua and the way it looked. Oh, Cruella does a very good job of having computer generated dogs seem like authentic. So I'm very interested.
Okay.
There's two dogs. There's a few dogs in it, but there's like two dogs that have like personality in it when they like interact, because one of them's one of the thieves. And so he's like, I think I'm very interested to see how it's got to be hybrid, like obviously. Yeah. And I wonder how this is going to be, if it's going to be like Home Alone meets but it's like instead of the wet bandits or sticky bandits, it's the dogs coming in. And I think this could be very interesting because it says it's adult for like, it's probably going to be like PG-13 ish. Like it can't be, it's not for kids. So for those who don't know, we are huge advocates for
Oh yeah,
for these two, Phil Lord and Chris Miller.
I love that director too. I just staying with my buddy Ty for a second, and I told him to buy Barb and Star. He was like, "Are you sure?" Because we were just watching Bridesmaids, and I was like, "Dude, these are the same girls. You're gonna love it."
I still have to watch that.
Dude, we watched it, and he was so happy that he trusted me so much that he bought the movie, which made me nervous. I was like, fuck, man, if he doesn't like this, then he just bought it for like $25.
He just owns it now.
But he loved it. So that director I'm with, love Phil Lord and Chris Miller, and that concept sounds like a perfect twist on the talking animal live action hybrid movies that we're also used to. Yeah, so if they do something like that, then like, I mean, like I can see them doing talking animal movies.
Who would you want to be attacked by a dog? I mean, I feel like I'm just gonna say Domhnall Gleeson again because of what's it called? I want him to be in a better Peter Rabbit. Yeah, dude, I like him. I like him acting with nothing. I love seeing that.
He's a pretty great. Yeah, he's a pretty great actor. I would say him, or
Charlie Day.
Yeah, dude, Charlie Day would be perfect.
But have him be like a huge dick who hates dogs. Like they have to not like dogs because the whole movie is about abandoning a dog.
I would say those two together would be great.
Or Keanu Reeves, they just play on the thing of what's it called? John Wick. Just the exact opposite.
Keanu Reeves. I can't see him doing that. I would love to see it, but I don't know how.
Has he been in a full-blown comedy since he's been grown up?
He was in this movie,
except for sequels, like Bill and Ted don't count.
He was in this movie with Winona Ryder called Destination Wedding.
Oh, yeah.
He was pretty funny in that. It wasn't like madcap comedy though. It was it's all pretty much dialogue, and he plays a sad
situation comedy, yeah.
But he is pretty damn funny in that. But full-blown comedy, I'm not sure. I just showed my mom Bill and Ted Face the Music though, and she fell in love with it.
Good.
And yeah, no, he's pretty funny in that too.
Let's see. So far, which one are you most interested in? That's not all the stories we have, but
definitely the dog Phil Lord Chris Miller movie.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. There's not much details about it yet, but
interested in the David O. Russell thing. But I mean, like, I'm. But
it could go in a joy spectrum. Like we don't know.
Yeah. He's such a strange director. And I'm in the middle with people, you know, like, I mean, like, even though I was just kind of defending him before, I mean, like, it's more of just like a theory, I guess that you call it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that one I am interested in because I really do love all of his movies. But who knows?
Have Chris Rock and Mike Myers ever been in a movie together?
No, but I mean, like, that's the thing that I'm super interested in because I love
Mike Myers. Barely comes back around anymore.
Myers, man.
Yeah, he like barely comes out anymore.
No, when he does come around,
wasn't his last movie it's like Bohemian Rhapsody, where he played the record producer or whatever, or the record guy.
Yeah, I just love that he's the best part of that movie. I hated Bohemian Rhapsody. I thought that he was great in that. It's like there's not going to be kids bopping their heads to Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah,
but then you check out Wayne's World, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, it's full circle situation.
Get it?
This next story might put a damper on you, just in general, because it's very interesting. We are getting a Willy Wonka prequel with Timothee Chalamet as Willy Wonka. It's got a director attached. It's fully moving forward. It's coming out in 2023, March 17th. It's got an official date. It's called Wonka. It's coming from Paul King, the director of Paddington. It's approved by the Ronald Dahl estate. And I don't know how I feel about this. What do you think it's going to be in the Gene Wilder universe or the Johnny Depp universe? Because they tried to do like that prequel thing with Johnny Depp's remake, which was very unnerving.
It sounds like a terrible idea.
I don't know. I mean, they're probably it's gonna be
Probably more the Johnny Depp route because
Mm.
he looks like Johnny Depp
And
more.
he even played like Edward Scissorhands' son in
Yeah,
the Super Bowl commercial, which was dumb.
yeah. So just dumb.
Nothing is so
I
good.
don't I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I
Let's
just
see what
don't
they
know.
have. Let's see if they have anything
I
about
just
it.
think I
I
think that
believe
that's such a silly thing to do because it's one of those things just like Corolla. It's like who fucking cares
it's
how
interesting. Yeah, I
Willy
don't.
Wonka becomes Willy Wonka. Like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory already like did it a little bit, and like you said, it was just creepy. It was just disturbing.
They did it in a weird way. Yeah, the way they went with that route was
Well, it's
strange.
because Tim Burton has major daddy
Oh
issues.
yeah, it
So
was Tim Burton. That's right.
yeah, he has daddy issues. So every single one of his movies it has to have some weird dad son relationship. And he really went the full mile for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Hmm.
But everything about that version was terrible though.
Hmm. The haircut, everything.
But even Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which I mean, like even like the book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Hmm.
it's all just really weird and it's creepy and it's
Yeah.
dated now. You know, it's like back then, like people didn't really think about like all this shit that Willy Wonka was doing, but like now we all, you know, we're all adapting. You know, we're all maturing,
Yeah.
and we all can read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and be like, this man is a fucking psychopath. He's scary.
He's literally
He's
breaking
he's
and breaking
yeah,
his the mental breakdown throughout the whole movie.
yeah, and he's killing children. And if they're not dead, then they're close to being dead,
Or forever
and
scarred.
forever scarred. And he's kidnapped an entire nation of people and has kept them secret
That's I
just
think
for
what this is going to be
himself.
about. It's about Wonka probably finding the civilization of the what are they called? I totally forgot.
Oompa
Oompa Loompa.
Loompas.
Wow, I forgot what an Oompa Loompa was.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently Chalamet is gonna sing and dance in several music numbers.
Oh no.
It's gonna be one of those.
This is gonna be bad. I don't know about this, man.
It has a release date and everything. So it's really, 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 really
I don't know
happening,
about
Justin.
that.
It's really happening. We heard about it a few months ago of
It's gonna
being
be a
like, oh,
musical.
it might be Tom Holland or Timothée Chalamet, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that's not going to happen. But then it happened because that was all around April Fool's Day. And it's like, no, we'll see. We'll see. And no, it's announced officially.
I probably would have gone with Tom Holland more than Chalamet.
He can probably
Only
do better
because
flips.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's been proven that Tom Holland can actually sing and dance, but still, I don't think this is necessary. I think that this is really really stupid.
I don't think
I think
it's
that's
going
the
to have
stupidest
any.
story.
I don't think it's going to have any reminiscence of the old ones because I think it's going to be a whole new universe, fully CGI type. Like, look at this alternate universe, or like, look at this new world we've never seen, the Oompa Loompa world. Wait, we
I
kind of
think that
saw
this
it
is
in Charlie.
yeah. No, we did see it. Yeah.
But
No, this is the stupidest story I think we talked about since Little Yachty's Uno heist film.
yeah, I didn't think this was actually going to come to fruition.
Yet, I am way more interested and have more faith in Little Yachty's Uno heist film
Yeah,
than watching a Timothée Chalamet Wonka musical prequel bullshit extravaganza that should never ever be made. Extravaganza is even the right word because that sounds more exciting than anything that's actually going to be.
yeah.
It's going to be a smorgasbord of bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not. I put this. I said it. I don't. I mean, we had to address it at some point. It's happening, and I feel like there's going to be some people. I don't know anyone that's excited about it. A lot of people are confused when I shared it. They're like, "Huh." That's all they really are. Like, I mean, if you're Timothée Chalamet, how do you feel about it? I feel like it's going to turn into sort of a Son of the Mask situation where he's like, hell yeah, this is a dream role, Gene Wilder and Johnny Depp. But
yeah,
I don't think so. I don't think so. That's all I can say about that.
Well, he honestly, he hasn't really he has not shown that much range too.
I agree with you. I have yet to see something that makes me like him. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I didn't watch Call Me by Your Name. I haven't seen that, but
he's great.
I've seen a lot of moments, and it seems like one of those movies, kind of like mainstream, where you want to do the you want to have those roles and things and scenes and stuff be exercises as a growing actor. I feel like that's one of those films from the scenes
Well,
I've
Call Me
seen.
by Your Name, it's very subtle, but he is good in it.
Hmm.
Beautiful Boy, where he plays the heroin
Yeah, I wanted to like
addict
that one a
of
lot.
Steve Carell. I know I mean I agree with you. I think it was a sloppy movie. I thought that he was pretty good in it, but still, even in that, like you could tell that he can't really go the full mile. He can only act in a limited. But yeah, no, he hasn't shown anything that really, like, especially for something like that, like to be Willy Wonka. That's why I'm saying Tom Holland, because I think that he would be better at doing that, because at least he's shown, even though like he hasn't been in movies that have been complete hits,
Mm-hmm.
he's at least shown more range than Chalamet has, and
Mm-hmm.
he's shown that he can,
He
like,
went
he
from
is a very
superhero to
versatile
drug addict.
performer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also a versatile performer where he's like, he can dance really well, he can sing very well, and
Mm-hmm.
he's shown that plenty of times, and like doing interviews and doing like fun little games with Jimmy Fallon or whatever the fuck.
Right.
But Chalamet, though, like, I just don't, I can't, I just, that right there just already just seems like bad idea. Maybe he's done something in the audition process,
Yeah. Yeah.
where like
Maybe.
he could have done something that blown people away. They're like, this is
He
why.
probably just
And
did
who
the
knows, maybe
cane
the
falling
script too.
thing. Just
Yeah,
falling.
I bet he did. I bet he did.
That's probably one of the
I
things.
I Betty Davis he did.
Betty Davis.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I wanted to talk about, because it keeps popping up my news feed. So I think it's time that we really talk about this. Is the Jackass 4 debacle?
Oh yes, please.
Been
Let's
hearing
talk about
about
it.
the ship.
I've heard a little bit. Yeah, I've
So
heard
people,
bits and pieces.
for people that don't know, this is actually really upsetting. If you're a fan of Jackass, then this is gonna be pretty upsetting. So Jackass 4 started production in sometime last year, and it was one of the movies that got fucked by COVID.
Yeah, shut down
And they had
right
to
away.
stop. Yeah, they had to shut down 1 week into shooting. People like Steve-O have talked about it and said that he's very happy that they shut down, so that they can really like
They
figure
actually
things out for
perfected a
themselves.
story
And
thing. Oh, that.
yeah,
Yeah, that too.
so during that, as you know, Steve-O is now sober. And most of these guys are sober as well, because they're very, very old men,
Mm-hmm.
and they
They're
cannot party like
papas.
they used to. Yeah, and they're all,
A
yeah, they
lot of
have
them are papas.
families, they have kids. The only person that wants to continue partying like they're in their 20s is Bam Margera.
Mm-hmm.
And Bam Margera has been getting so like the deal for him to be in Jackass 4 was he has to go to therapy, he has to take drug tests, and all this good jazz. So Bam Margera, if you don't know, Bam Margera was fired from Jackass 4, which has started this huge debate with Bam Margera, Johnny Knoxville, and Jeff Tremaine. They're all just fighting with each other, and Bam Margera is being very vocal that Johnny Knoxville and Jeff Tremaine are fired. They fired him only so that they can save $5 million of the movie's
Yeah,
budget.
to take them out of the budget. Yeah.
Yeah, so just so that they can have $5 more million, because Bam Margera is claiming, because Johnny Knoxville's movie that he did a couple years ago called Action Point failed in the box office, and he owes Paramount. So that's the only reason why they're even doing Jackass 4, blah, blah, blah. So some new shit just came out, and this is really upsetting, because, these guys are a family, and this is supposed to be like a huge reunion, and it's being ruined by stupid drama. But Jeff Tremaine, the director and creator of Jackass, the guy that has joined these band of degenerates with each other, has filed a restraining order against Bam Margera.
Damn.
And yeah.
Yeah, there was this
so,
video that leaked right away when he was fired that Bam Margera came out on live Instagram and was literally like, "I'm gonna make my own movie then. Just pay me." Like literally,
as he's
he said,
throwing up.
Venmo me. Yeah, he's like, Venmo me money. Venmo me $1. I'll credit you as producer. And he put out his Venmo and stuff. And it was kind of sad to see him, because it was like,
oh yeah, it's very, very sad, and it's obvious that
his wife is there too, just being like, "Are you really doing that? Like, are you really gonna post this thing?" Like, but it was live, so it's like already there.
Well, it just shows that he was a man who's been surrounded by yes men his entire life, and now people are finally being like, no, we're not doing this, and he's
Yeah.
not happy about it. He's being a little fucking child right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Jeff Tremaine, he says that he's in great fear for his family and his personal safety due to the nature of the messages that Bam Margera has been given him, such as, this is a real message, I guess. Look at your children and grab your pocketbook and write a check. If you are greedy and cheap, look at your children again. If you don't sign the paper, look at your children. Sign your stupid fucking contract before you're, then they bleep this out for some reason, not safe anywhere. So he's basically threatening his wife and kids. And according to Tremaine, Bam is referring to a contract that he wrote up himself, though it's unclear what exactly he was asking for. The court documents, Tremaine also details how Margera was publicly attacked him, threatened violence, compared him to Harvey Weinstein, and even made a comment that he and Knoxville can pencil in their death certificates.
Dang.
It's hard to blame the man for not being rattled. And Johnny Knoxville said, we want Bam to be happy and healthy and get the help he needs, because he just recently did a GQ article. We tried to push that along. I think that's all we really want. I really want to say about it. I don't want to get into a public back and forth. Bam. I just want him to get better. Steve-O's also said, commented about the incident by telling Bam directly that he only has himself to blame for what's happened. In an Instagram post, Margera posted another video blasting Tremaine and Knoxville for leaving him feeling abandoned and betrayed. That's when Steve-O has been sober for 13 years, following his own struggles with addiction, posted a response saying, Bam, the two people you're saying wronged you are the same two people who organized the intervention, which saved my life, blah, blah, blah. So Jackass 4 is still coming out October 22nd this year. And what do you think about this? This is, I mean, like, it's pretty upsetting me, like, especially for people like you and me who've grown up with these guys. Just imagining seeing a Jackass movie without Bam Margera or Ryan Dunn is
I'm gonna
pretty
be honest.
strange.
Yeah, I think honestly, I don't want to like trigger anyone, but I think Ryan Dunn's death is kind of what made you and I start talking again, because
Oh yeah,
I was freshman year, I believe, right?
somewhere
Or was it
around
sophomore?
there.
It was freshman or
I think it was
sophomore year.
freshman.
Freshman year, because I remember you were the one who told, or I told, you were one of the first people I talked to in the morning that morning. I was in English class, and I remember us talking about it. And I remember when that happened, I was just immediately thought of you, because you and I were like really, like, we were, you kind of introduced me to Jackass, honestly. So it was like one of those things where it's like, oh, I just immediately thought of you. And I think that's how we ended up just reconvening and just sending messages. And so it is weird to see them. I mean, it is not, it's not weird, but they're older now, and it was like a passing the torch type situation. I know Jackass 4, they said, is going to do that. They're passing the torch over to younger people too. Like, there's going to be new characters that they want to carry on Jackass, which is
supposedly
interesting.
Eric Andre is going to have a huge part in it.
Cool, that's cool. Yeah, but I agree. It sucks to see that sort of thing happen, because like Bam Margera couldn't handle the things that they wanted. They wanted him to get clean, and he just couldn't. And he said it was too hard, and that's why they fired him. And it is. I don't know what it is about this series, but I always loved that series. It got really gross, but I feel like this, I don't know. It's indifferent, because I want to see them again, but I don't want to see them in this type of way. Like, I feel like it's going to be.
Yeah.
I
No. I
feel
feel
like
like
it
it's
should
gonna
have just
be
been like a
really...
reunion special thing, where it's
Exactly.
just
That's
have
what
them
I
all
think
together
too.
and reflect. But they can't have that, because this, like, their story, like some of their stories are not over in this, in like in their party lifestyles, and that's the hard part.
Well, yeah, no, it sucks, because I mean, like, it's clear that the Ryan Dunn death has completely fucked Bam Margera up.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, like, those two have been best friends since like they were children. So I mean, like, it's totally understandable why it completely messed him up. But it's so obviously clear too that fame, because you got to think about like kind of defending Bam Margera here a little bit, just a little bit. He's never actually like grown up ever. He was in front of the cameras when he was like 13.
Early 20s. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
From
no, he was,
skating.
he was the youngest kid on Jackass. The
He was my
things that they
introduction
had.
to reality TV.
Oh yeah, dude, no,
Little Bam.
Jackass was the beginning of all of that.
Yeah,
Jackass, without Jackass, you wouldn't have fucking Jake Paul and Logan Paul, which is, you can take that for what it is.
Right.
But you wouldn't have all those influencers. But that's the thing that's so great about them, is that they've never ever tried to, or like the early days of Jackass, is that they've never tried to look good or
Yeah, they've never tried to
or
be something they weren't. Like they were
yeah,
always
they were
like, this
always
is us.
gross. Yeah, always gross and very, very childish.
Mhm.
And it was just fun to see. But yeah, I feel bad for Bam though, because he's always been surrounded by yes men. That's the one thing. And the second thing is that he's just never felt the need to grow up. And then the third thing is, right when you can tell when Jackass 3D came out, especially that movie, that's when it was like, oh, they're all older, they're a lot more mature, even though it's still a wacky movie.
Mhm.
It's a little bit more heartfelt, and you can tell that all these guys genuinely love each other, and you can
Yeah.
tell the way they talk to each other. They're growing up, they're moving on, they're becoming adults.
Yeah.
And right when
There's
that was
less
happening,
shitting on each other, more like, are you
yeah,
okay after that?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and you can tell that Bam Margera was getting to that point too. And then Ryan Dunn dies, and you can tell like he was just like, fuck that noise, and went down a really, really dark
Mhm.
path.
Bam Margera
Um,
is in this position where he openly invites people to just rage at his house.
yeah, and
He's
destroy. Yeah, I
like,
was watching
yeah,
that. Yeah,
there's this whole thing. Like they literally have parties at his house every night. He's not always a part of them, but he's like, yeah, go in that barn, go ahead, do whatever.
yeah, it's sad.
It's
It's
like if you
really
know where I
sad.
live, go ahead and come over, sort of thing. It's very
Yeah,
strange,
it's
actually.
it's very, very sad. It's very,
Mhm.
very sad. And but the thing that I will totally defend Knoxville and Tremaine for is that it's so clear that he is fucking losing his mind,
Yeah.
and he's not doing well. And I don't blame them for a fucking second. Even if he was passing the drug test and stuff, just seeing how manic he is and like the shit that
Mhm.
he posts on social media, it's so obvious that he needs so much help. And
Yeah.
it's not just going to be like going on Dr. Phil or where the fuck that he did before. It's
Yeah.
like it's
He
like
went on
like
celebrity rehab or something.
yeah, which is that's just bullshit. That's just bullshit way to get paid.
Yeah.
For getting help, you're getting paid. It's ridiculous. But yeah, no, it's sad. It's sad. I'm wondering how it's going to be. Like you said, like I don't know how this movie is going to turn out, because of all this stuff.
Mhm.
Like I know that they're not
are they
going
gonna, do you
to.
think, address it? Probably not. They're
I
probably just
don't
gonna go
think
on
that they're going
without
to
him.
address it. I think that they're just going to go on, but that's going to make it even more awkward.
Yeah, if they don't. Like
That's
if
what's
they
going to make
do,
it
I don't know what
very.
they could have done. Like I don't know how.
Honestly, if it was me, if I was in their position, I would have just said, let's not do it.
That's kind
Let's
of
just not
what
do
I
it.
was thinking. It's just like at this
Because
point,
this is going to turn people off. At least we still have Knoxville, but even looking at Knoxville, like I said, I was watching this GQ video. I think I said this when we were doing our Army of the Dead review with Brando.
yeah.
I was watching this GQ interview with him, and he's like talking very slow, and
Yeah,
like
how many
Knoxville
concussions have you
looks,
had? He's like, I've had a lot. I've had a lot of
yeah,
concussions. I don't
yeah, no,
want to remember them all.
he seems wrecked. He seems wrecked.
And one of his
And it's
quotes were
so
like, "This,
sad.
I had dark hair before Jackass 4, now I have white hair." It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's all pushing him now.
He does have nice silver hair though. I'll give him
Yeah,
that.
he does.
But,
He's gonna
and
be
his
one of
hair is
those.
still there. It's not like balding.
Yeah,
He's like
it's
he's doing like he seems like he's healthy, but it just seems like his body's taking a huge toll. And then you look at someone like Steve O's doing interviews and he's just like,
yeah,
"What's
he's
up,
still
guys? How's it
alive. Yeah,
going?" But
yeah.
yeah, but you look at Bam Margera, like especially like watching the videos of Bam Margera, and I'm watching Johnny Knoxville. It's just like I'm still looking forward to Jackass 4, but also I'm like, this is gonna be a really tough one. This is
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
a
like this.
tough one to watch.
It's like the whole series is a part of what get put Bam where he is, kind of. So
Yeah.
it's also
Yeah.
a
So
part of
it's gonna
that.
be strange. And it's gonna turn off a certain amount of people too.
Mhm,
If Bam Margera isn't in it, like,
mhm.
not even like people
He's
like
probably going to be doing
defending.
so much around October when it starts coming
Yeah,
out.
dude. Yeah, no, I don't know like how, like, since like we're gonna find out like
They're
what's
gonna
gonna
need to
happen with
give him
this
a cease and
case.
assist or
Yeah.
something, like because he's gonna be doing some.
But for a fact that he's not gonna follow it. Like
Yeah, he might. Yeah, he probably
he's
won't.
so unhinged right now that he's gonna keep going until probably he's like in a hospital or he's in jail or something. I don't know like
Yeah, it's yes. For
what
some
could
people,
be
though, it's got
done.
to get to that point, which is just,
Yeah,
it sucks. Like, because nobody can tell anyone what to do. It's the person
exactly.
themselves that has to make that decision, and all you can
Yep.
really do continue to care, essentially, if that's where
Yep.
you want to go. So
as someone that's going through some shit like that, I can totally relate. But just like what you said, like it's nobody else's decision besides your own.
you
And
can hear it as much as you
yeah,
want, but it's it's the person's decision. It's
yeah,
Bam's.
and seeing where he like watching the videos that Bam Margera is doing, I
Mhm.
could totally see that defensive side that I was going through with my shit, just being like,
Mhm.
well, like it's not as bad as people say, and the more people are like telling you to do something, the less you want to do it, and the more you want to
Yeah.
do the thing that people don't want you to do.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. It's a slippery slope. It's terrible, but yeah, you
Mhm.
just gotta. You gotta fight through it. I mean, like, I
Yeah.
didn't want to end this on a sad note, but I mean, like, it is. I think that it's important because it's something
I'll
that,
put this in the earlier part.
yeah, I think it's important though because it's something that we've grown up with, and
Mhm.
just seeing something like a Jackass 4, it should be like a fun thing, but instead it's being like ruined by this terrible uh
By reality.
by reality. Yeah,
We're
actually that's
realizing that it's not all glory there. It's not.
yeah, and it's sad.
There's
It's a sad
downfalls to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a sad ending to a
Era.
generation, yeah, an era of debauchery, and it just
Yeah.
shows that there's a toll. It's like watching a rock documentary on like fucking like some on like a Motley Crue or something, where
Mhm.
it's like it seems so cool, and then you see how they look like now, and you're just like, hey, huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
And see what they do. It's just like this
It's
this
like
is
we were
nasty.
cheering this on for so long, and now it's
Yeah,
like, well, it's taking a toll on some of them.
yeah. And
And
you
so
can
it's
see, I mean, like in a way, I guess it's a good thing because then you can see like the before and after effects now,
right.
like we
Right.
can. But
Mhm.
hey, Annie Hootie, I wanted to talk about that because that's just been
Yeah.
on my mind.
Yeah, that's gonna be probably a story we talk about once we see trailers and stuff from our opinions, because Jackass is on our list of things that intrigue
Oh
us.
yeah.
You want to do homework or decom next week?
Oh yes. So DCOMs. So I have some options. Okay.
All right.
Options are Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off,
Ooh,
which I remember
one of my
really liking that
favorites.
one as a kid. Yeah. Get a Clue, which is a Lindsay Lohan
Interesting.
Disney
That's
Channel
decom.
mystery movie. Yeah.
Wow. Lindsay
Uh,
Lohan is coming out with a Netflix movie. She's coming back to
yeah.
acting. Good for her.
Yeah. This was
I
little Lindsay too.
I
Little
don't think
Lindsay.
I've seen Get a Clue, actually.
I
I remember the
actually
cover.
remember it being like really good. I remember my brother and I watching that and not thinking it was a decom because of how good it was.
Mhm.
Um, we also have Luck of the Irish, which I was thinking about,
I
but
love that one.
I know
I remember that one very well. I
I
think
was
I do.
very upset with us that we forgot to do that for March.
Oh, well, we gotta wait till next March.
That's honestly, I know it sounds kind of stupid, but that's what I'm thinking. I think we should save that one for
Yeah,
next year. This year's kind of flying by, so I mean,
it
like we can
is.
we
Yeah,
can we can
before you
save
know it,
it.
it'll be here. Yeah,
Exactly.
we've got a
So
lot to revisit. So
so yeah, let's just go with let's debate on Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off and Get a Clue, Lindsay Lohan. Which one do you think is more? Which one do
um
you think tickles your interests more?
a quite interesting. I want to know who else is in Get a Clue.
That's a good question. Oh no, dude, Brenda Song is in it.
What?
What?
What? Was this this was before Stuck in the
Yeah,
Suburbs?
this is way before. This is 2002.
Oh, so she's probably just a
So this
kid.
is a child. Also, Bug Hall. I'm pretty sure Bug Hall is the kid from Little Rascals.
Alfalfa.
Yeah.
Wow, I like him. I haven't seen him much.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. Let's do this one.
I'm just gonna say it. Get a Clue.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's do
so
Get a Clue.
my nostalgia. I'm gonna give it a nostalgia rating right now because I don't. I'm
Mhm.
gonna say it's like as a kid, when I was a kid, I remember the cover. I remember her looking like, I think
Nailed
so.
it.
And now I kind of remember Bug being in it and around that era. So I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 5 because I don't actually, maybe 2 out of 5 because I don't remember any movement. I can't see any of the characters moving. I just remember the cover. I literally only remember the cover.
I will give this because I remember when this movie came out, and I remember when it came out on DVD, when they started
Mhm.
releasing all the DCOMs on DVD, it became a really big deal. This was one of the ones my brother and I bought. And
2002.
I remember thoroughly enjoying this one. So I'll say 4. I'll say 4 out of 5. And
Okay.
everybody loves a little Lindsay Lohan. Back when she
Oh, I
actually
was
cared.
wrong. Okay, so the cover is not purple. The cover is red. But she is
Yeah.
looking. She is doing the glasses thing. I remember that.
I
Oh
just want you to
wow.
with the cover art for this episode.
That's gonna be
I want you to.
We're gonna
I
side
wish
by
I
side.
had. I wish I had a pair of glasses around me. God damn it.
We'll be able to do it for when we actually revisit it. Put that on the
Yeah.
list. Need Get a Clue glasses.
I'm gonna buy some glasses just for this.
Wow, yeah, Brenda Song is in this. Who
Yeah,
else
I'm
is in
curious how
it? I don't
tiny she
recognize
is.
anyone else. Let's do you know what the movie's about?
So I barely remember what it's about, but I'll try to. Like I said, I've loved how I tried doing it with Now You See It, and I completely kind
Because
of failed.
yeah, what my assumption is that it's something like Harriet the Spy. Get a Clue.
Yeah,
That's what I'm imagining. And
I'm
like
gonna
I think it came around
assume.
the same era.
So I'm pretty sure it's about Lindsay Lohan's a little sleuth, a little Harriet the Spy,
Mhm.
and something happens.
She's got to solve a mystery, right?
I
Like
don't think that
she's
there's
some sort of.
much. She's some kind of
Where does it
detective.
take place? Do you think?
Probably like L.A. I'm just gonna assume L.A. You know what? No, no, no. I'm gonna say New York. I think I remember a New
Like
York
a
sequence
city?
of them. Yeah, I think I remember a sequence of them being over by the Big Apple. I
Some sort of
think
major
though.
tall
I
building city?
think tall buildings, city.
Get a
Maybe
clue.
Seattle.
Yeah, so I feel like something like that. I feel like that's Seattle's kind of like Harriet the Spy. I can't remember. Is that Disney? I don't remember. That's Michelle
Harriet the
Trachtenberg.
Spy, the movie was Nickelodeon, but they did do like a Disney movie of it though too. I
Because
think
it's
it's just
based on
one
a
of those
book. I think
source.
people can just yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those source materials that is kind of like public domain. You can do whatever the hell you want with it.
All right. Here's the here's the synopsis, Justin.
Yeah.
A wealthy student with too much fashion sense, her equally rich friends, and her rival superior from the school paper must work together to solve a case with when their teacher goes missing. So they are figuring it out.
Oh shit.
So it's like it sounds like it's going to be like Gossip Girl meets Harriet the Spy, right? Rich
Yeah.
kids and
Meets what's that one Kristen Bell show?
yeah, that's Gossip Girl. Oh no no
Veronica
no! The
Mars.
Veronica Mars. Well,
No,
she's also
Veronica
she's the
Mars.
narrator in Gossip Girl,
Yeah.
but you probably don't know that. You're like, oh, actually, yeah, that's my.
Is she really? I did
Yeah,
not know that.
she's the narrator.
I did not
That's why
know
I
that.
thought that.
All right,
Wow.
let's look at the director really quick because we love doing this too. So it's
Yes.
directed by Maggie Greenwald, who
Never heard
also
of her.
did um oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. She directed things that we don't really know about, but she was the sound department of Weird Science.
Yeah.
She was the assistant ADR assistant in Trading Places.
What ADR assistant? So she was in the same room when they were doing all the sound effects. That's all.
Yeah,
Interesting.
she was probably running to grab the stuff to make the sound
Yeah,
effects.
and handing them to them. Yeah, exactly.
But this is like the only thing that she's really directed that we would know.
Let me see this writer. Alana Sanko wrote. She's the writer. Dragon Tales episode, Oswald episode,
Ooh.
Murphy Brown episodes from the 90s.
Ooh. Okay.
Interesting. I
Okay.
don't know too much
Okay.
about
Okay.
those. Roseanne, she was the assistant writer, assistant to a writer for Roseanne for a year.
Okay. Handing up some coffees. I remember it being, I know I said this for plenty of movies that we've done, and it ended up being the opposite. But I do remember this movie being pretty good.
I mean,
And
Lindsay Lohan. So
little Lindsay Lohan was only in good things. I'm just gonna say that. Like I little Lindsay was like the Parent Trap was solid. What else?
That's it.
No, there are other things.
Herbie Fully Loaded, was that adult? Was that adult Lindsay?
That was when she was that's when she was teetering. Freaky Friday though, Freaky Friday was
I did like that one.
I
Isn't
love
Justin
Freaky
Long and
Friday.
Herbie Fully Loaded?
Yes, he sure is.
I love Justin Long. He's one of my favorite actors.
Her first few movies, like Life Size.
Yeah, I love that one. I hate that they made a sequel that was not as good as it did. Like the first one was so good. I thought that was a good concept. It would even work now, and I feel like they would. It should have worked. Like they should do what they did with that for the Barbie movie. They need to do that. Oh wow. Okay, so she did Get a Clue and Freaky Friday back to back. So her next movie
Yeah, I
after Get a
think
Clue is Freaky Friday.
I'm pretty
then-
sure Get a Clue was one of those movies that was
a vehicle
shot.
bit.
I'm pretty sure it was shot though, like a while back, and then they
Yeah.
released it because she was getting popular.
Yeah,
Because I think she was still like a little child, and then Freaky Friday.
she did Parent Trap a couple years before, like 5 years before it looks like. So
Yeah.
we knew that she was going to go somewhere, but she had only done one movie, and they did a pilot with her, which didn't take off 2 years before.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think this is one of those movies. Once she got a major role, they were like, well, she probably did multiple movies, because usually when you get a big agent, they're like, okay, we're gonna get you one movie, and we have to get you a movie right away after, just in case it doesn't go well. Luckily, this was one of those cases where Freaky Friday was the follow up. So
Yeah, no, I think this will be a solid, because again, I love little Lindsay Lohan. I think that she was just so likable. She was so adorable. She had her life ahead of her. Sometimes it's very sad to watch. I remember I was watching Parent Trap at work not too long ago, and me and my coworker were like, "Oh my god, she was so adorable. She was so sweet."
yeah, I'm looking at her IMDb now, and it just goes off. It just goes away.
Yeah, no,
It's
she
just
doesn't
like-
do. She just goes away.
It's like,
She just disappears. So then she did The Canyons, was supposed to be another.
oh yeah, but she did that with a porn star. Like the other guy was
Yeah.
a porn star, right?
It was also directed. Yeah. It was also directed by Paul Schrader, who wrote Taxi Driver.
What?
Yeah,
And it was written by the person who did American Psycho. What the
Yeah.
hell?
dude. Yeah, no, it was supposed to
Why
be.
would they cast James Dean, not the classic James Dean? Why would they
Yeah,
cast
right.
porn star James Dean in that?
It was supposed to be really big, and dude, fucking Gus Van Sant is in it.
What the hell? Why did they do that?
That's weird.
That is weird. 2013.
That was supposed to be a huge comeback for her, and it was not.
So weird. So
The
weird.
budget for the film was $250,000.
Wow, that's probably why they cast a porn star.
Yeah,
That's not.
that's
a
probably
lot.
why they casted Lindsay Lohan too.
That's weird.
Wow. I thought the budget was bigger than that. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And Paul Schrader directed it,
It's
and
super independent.
yeah, what the fuck? I
Why?
wonder why they decided to do that.
On that note, Get a Clue. We'll be visiting that next week.
Oh man, we should just dedicate an entire episode just on Lindsay Lohan movies. We should call it the rise and super fall of Lindsay Lohan, because
The
it's so
Rise and
crazy.
Dissolve.
Ooh, the rise and dissolve. That's a good one. No, it's crazy how like she went from like Parent Trap success, Life Size success, Get a Clue, TV movie success, Freaky Friday success, Confess to Dangerous Mind, Confess or success, Mean Girls, way success, Herbie Fully Loaded success. Yeah, dude. No, I didn't. I thought that she was in more things.
But yeah, she's just been around. It's it. It's just like kind of like Amanda Bynes. She's only like has a handful of movies, and then she just fell off the grid, did her own thing, did her own life. She's like, I don't want to be famous anymore. She pulled a Shia LaBeouf, but stuck to it.
Yeah, no, that's actually very true. Her and Amanda Bynes kind of go hand in hand.
I heard that Amanda Bynes might be coming back though,
Yeah,
which would be very interesting.
that would be very interesting because she had such a great career ahead of her.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah,
That's our show.
So we'll watch Get a Clue.
Yeah, watch. Well, on next week's episode, we'll be revisiting Get a Clue, 2002's Get a Clue.
For our 20th episode.
20th. Wow, 20
Happy-
weeks
yep.
at least. Because we had, I
Yeah.
think we've had a couple episodes that I've had 2 episodes in 1 week though. We've had some specials like the Oscars and our
Yeah.
opening episode and stuff. But
Still 20
Yeah,
episodes.
20 episodes.
That's awesome.
some podcasts don't make it past 10.
Yeah, no, and not just that, like this year just went by super fast because you and I started this the end of last year, didn't we?
We talked about it. We started it this year. When was our
Did we
first
start
episode?
this year? Yeah, I don't even remember.
Let's see. Our first episode was February 9th. That was episode 0, but then our first actual episode was February 16th, our pilot.
Oh yeah, so technically we're on our 20th episode.
Oh, technically. But yeah, our first one is just an introduction, and we didn't talk about any news. So then our pilot. So yeah, we are technically. This is technically. Oh, let's not screw them up. This is technically 20.
Yeah,
but...
let's not. It's just like when it's like midnight and people say, "Oh, today is tomorrow." It's like, please don't do this to me.
Yes.
Just still say that it's tonight.
A new day is when I go to sleep and wake up. That's when it's a new day.
I don't even care if I'm up until 10 o'clock the next morning. It's still yesterday.
It's still the same day.
It's still yesterday. So you are confirming that's tomorrow. Shut up.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you next week. And
yes.
Yeah. Follow us on social media. Download our episodes on Spotify. Like us on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. We'll talk soon. See you guys next week. Thanks for tuning into our podcast. Tell your friends and keep creating. Keep in touch.
Oh, yes. Love you
guys. Woo.
You could shoot me. I don't give a fuck.
That's what that means.
Cage. That's my Nicolas Cage right there. You need to have any contacts with Nicolas Cage lines.